help it, the girl can't help it. The girl can't help it, she was born to please. Can't help it, the girl can't help it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Pillbox Movies. I'm Hank, and today we're going to be watching the 1956 American musical comedy, The Girl Can't Help It. This movie stars Jayne Mansfield and Tom Mule. It is directed by Frank Tashlin? I've never heard of this musical. Just goes to show the state of American literacy and film history. Though, if this is featured all the time on TCM, I wouldn't know it. I didn't have cable as a kid. Sorry. Yeah, Jayne Mansfield was a hugely popular star and sex symbol in her time, rivaling or drawing comparisons to Marilyn Monroe. This happened to be made the year right after the 7-Year Itch. Apparently, this movie is steeped in the DNA of rock and roll's musical formation. And yeah, I'm interested to read about that later on, but for now, let's watch The Girl Can't Help It. And before we begin, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house film. 20th century, it's been a while.
The motion picture you are about to see is a story of music.
We've got the Fantasia beginning.
This motion picture was photographed in the grandeur of CinemaScope.
In color. Are we going to get another black and white to color reveal? Yay, The Secret Garden, 1949. Oh, we're getting aspect ratio. It's a funny opening, I gotta say.
Gorgeous lifelike color by Deluxe.
Nice. Oh my god, that poor tuba.
The polite grace of the present day.
Well, Richard, I really don't know a lot about early rock and roll history. Any rock and roll history, honestly. But if you do, leave a comment down below. I'd love to learn about this stuff. Oh, I'm excited. Can see the inspiration that David Lynch took from Mulholland Drive.
Sorry, I can't talk now. I'm just closing a big deal on one of my acts.
The agent was born to lie, even back in the 50s.
I make fast deals. Mr.
Murdoch. You can forget the mister. My friends call
Gangster.
me Marty. Fat Smarty.
Imagine having a
Didn't want you to make a mistake in the dark.
tartan
I know everything about
tuxedo.
the people I do business with. Then we're in business, right?
Right. What business?
Show business. I got a dame, see? You're gonna make her into a star. Only remember, hands off like you got the rep for.
Okay, so we have the stakes. He can't date the talent, which he shouldn't. That seems like a conflict of interest.
You know you just can't take any girl and make her a star.
You've done it before.
Nope. So you could do it with Jayne Mansfield.
I could lie to you, Fats. Let you take me
That's
off
a
the hook.
fucking
Take your
reveal.
10 grand, go through the motions with your girl. I can't do it. I'll beat it before she shows.
Mr. Miller.
Man, America loves
Miss
big
Jerry
lips.
Jordan. You like it?
Very much. Rome wasn't built in a day.
She ain't Rome. What we're talking about
She's
is
a
already
Colosseum.
built, right?
No argument.
She didn't even get to speak in her first. What a weird introduction.
Get your morning
Jesus
paper.
Christ.
Get your morning paper, man.
It's a crime. It's gonna be that kind of movie. How many cum jokes are we gonna have? Yeah. That was a nice effect. I actually want to see how they did that. They probably had a pipe going through. She does have an outrageous silhouette. You have to admit. I'm sure she was wearing a corsetry or something, but she has an outrageous silhouette.
What are you doing in here?
Why, what do you mean? I grew up with 7 brothers and a father. Besides, you're half dressed already.
How do you feel now, Mr. Miller?
I can't, for the life of me,
Follow
imagine
that recipe.
getting
You'll make a
dressed,
fortune.
putting on
Hey, you
all
ought
this
to be
makeup,
doing this.
doing my hair like this,
Cooking.
to go to
I'm
a person's
domestic.
apartment to
I hope
cook.
you like egg souffle.
Souffle.
Absolute
Not exactly
sheer
a breakfast,
madness.
but it's egg. Pretty is just how good you apply your base.
So true. So
You don't
true.
want a career?
And not just for makeup.
I just want to be a wife. No one thinks I'm equipped for motherhood.
Oh, you're equipped.
Ready, set, ready, I'm ready.
Just kill me. It's so good. I'm just ready to die already. Just kill me now, because it can't get better.
Mr. Miller?
Oh, don't fade him out. I can't play all of this. Hopefully I'll mix it to a level that you can hear it, but if not, go find this. Go find the soundtrack to The Girl Can't Help It. Go listen to the record by Little Richard. Feels so alive. Just strange. It's just strange how piercing talent can be through the medium of film. It pierces through time, it pierces through space and constraints. Talent just pierces through. Oh my fucking god. Look, I am an appreciator of her figure. The appreciator has logged in, but the fucking music. Great musical selection for this movie. A lot better than Young Cannibals. Well, All the Fine Young Cannibals had Pearl Bailey, and that was a coup. That was a fucking coup. I did a video on All the Young Cannibals. I don't think I really gave the best insight into the movie, but if there's one thing I should say on its behalf, the performance of Pearl Bailey, just transcendent.
Little Joe's passing by. She's got sugar dip kisses.
Always remember, the Dutch angle was a lot more popular and commonplace in the old days. If you ever want like a culture shock of Dutch angles, watch Rebel Without a Cause. Absolutely no insight on my part on this movie. It'll just be me listening to music that I can't replicate in this video for risk of getting copyright claimed.
Tom Miller, the demon agent. Where you been
Yeah, her
hiding,
arms
boy?
are
Around.
fucking thin.
We were
Just
just
look at them
meeting.
in comparison to the women in reference behind her. How'd she make her arms so thin? What the heck?
See how the strategy pans out?
I can definitely see why this would be inspiration for drag performers.
Oh, not now, Jerry. The owner isn't at the desk.
This one's on me.
Full-on Jayne Mansfield. That's a sweet image. I kind of like that. I don't know if it's intended as sweet, but just showing the reality of a girl taking off her heels at the end of a night.
They put them too far from the tables.
No more walking. I promise.
Yeah, nice little character
Good night,
moment.
Jerry.
Why do you drink so much? A girl habit?
Girl? No, I haven't got a girl.
This is an interesting dynamic. I think they're going to pursue the
It was Julie London. She wasn't very bright.
the love story angle of this. I guess I'll say this as in terms of like qualify this as like an archetype that's more common of this time, but it is interesting. This is really Julie London. That's weird. Their initial attraction seems to be based on partnership, like mutual enterprise and camaraderie that's grown out of that. And I don't necessarily think that's like the healthiest or even the sexiest way to craft a relationship, obviously, but it is fun to see that dynamic played out. And it's kind of refreshing in contrast to whatever the junk is and people seem to fall in love with in movies these days. Oh, Julie London's pretty talented too. I like this kind of style to the singing in the 60s of really attacking like the first syllable in a verse. That's an interesting difference. I will have to remark that the wallpaper is ugly as shit.
Out of my head, a tear. I remember all.
I like this approach of keeping it light. It's like phantasmagorical, it's mournful, remorseful, and regretful, but keeping it in this way, this fashion of this haunted by the singing phantom, it adds a tone of lightness and absurdity to it that can make it fun, but also in like a Lynchian way can make it weird if twisted in like in the right knobs or to the right degree.
I cried a river.
Yeah, I actually wonder if David Lynch has talked about The Girl Can't Help It at all in his interviews and stuff, because I know he doesn't like talking that much about influences and stuff, but the man clearly likes rock music. He likes this kind of era in the representation of kind of Americana, and this kind of sequence would feel very at home in like Mulholland Drive or Twin Peaks.
I saw her yesterday. She's something.
She's a girl, Barry. Just a girl.
If she's a girl, then I don't know what my sister is.
Oh, no. Mr. Murdoch wasn't born there, but most of his best friends were killed there. Oh, you know, the police used to raid it and everything. Oh, don't worry. Mr. Murdoch put new carpets in all over.
In some ways, I guess to a contemporary audience, some of the jokes may feel a little bit dry. I think what that is actually, like in a Marvel movie, it's leaving the space for an audience laugh. But it is funny, taken out of context, how dry it comes across. Like listening to or watching Friends or The Big Bang Theory without a laugh track. Yeah, you didn't know she just had cans.
There are blankets in here, too.
She got hams as well.
Come on, bring the lunch.
I literally have no experience with Jayne Mansfield. My very, 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 very small exposure to Jayne Mansfield, other than the photo, is descriptions of her in Crash. But apparently, even more so than Marilyn Monroe, Jayne Mansfield was an idol, aware of her perception, and kind of cultivated this blonde bombshell persona, despite being very well read and perceptive, which is also an issue of perception that occurs with Marilyn Monroe as well. But for Mansfield, it's not a bug, it's a feature. What was Jayne Mansfield's regiment like? I'd like to know. It's a weird kind of like in what way was she starving herself? Because I'm sure she's like, or she was likely malnourished, but I wonder in what way.
I squeezed fresh lemons early this morning.
Early? Before you had your bass on?
Oh, you should have seen me. I was a mess.
Are they gonna do a weird like fake reveal joke where they show her without makeup and she looks exactly the same?
Julie went for you, but you were an eager agent. You pushed her into a career she didn't want.
Historic
Personally, I think you made a
smoking
mistake.
grip.
She was a good-looking dame.
The claw
But the point is, she's a
makes
big
the inside of your
record name
hand
now.
smell terrible. My unfortunate first thought upon seeing this drunk mess was, wow, that lady's hot. Unfortunate interfering thoughts.
Everywhere I look, I see her.
I can relate.
Right now, you want to bet she's sitting on the stool right next to me? Hi, Julie.
He only sees Jesse now? Man's name. Jamie?
She's gone.
Jerry! me going nuts with him having his mic voice with no mic in front of him. Apparently he's just reverbing a lot in this square rehearsal room. Hey, look, it's Tom Holland.
But they look scary. They were rockabilly. They weren't even just regular rock and roll. They were Southern, and they were scared people. They were like great rednecks.
We need a room
I'll say you do.
to rehearse in.
This movie is smarter than me in that it anticipates the one-liner responses and doesn't go for them.
All right, now let's get to work. We got a lot to do.
Hey, it's the
understand?
friend's apartment.
Nothing, Jerry. Now let's...
Only Georgie, please.
It's a nice handbag.
I had fun with you, and I thought you were having fun with me, too.
I told him I wanted out of our deal. You're not interested in show business. I didn't want to be part of making you anything you didn't want to be. Whatever it was, it didn't work. You're going to be Jerry Jordan, girl singer, darling of the jukeboxes, whether you want to be or whether I want you to be. Now try Do.
Doe. Oh, wow, she can't sing. Oh, wow, she can't
All right.
sing. What a reveal. It does speak to the
Better try
comedic
me.
chops of Jayne Mansfield that she's willing to open this can of worms,
You
be portrayed as this bad performer.
I know I can't. Have you ever heard anything so awful?
Never.
Now I'll have to let you go.
And you don't have to be in show business.
I can tell you, they've made stars out of less.
I'm telling you, she can't sing. Just listen.
The girl can't help it.
Just sing
funny.
me.
Yes,
The
Mr.
girl can't
Miller.
help it. It's like, what's it called? Dogfight? Like Dogfight? The sound, the smells will take you back. It has dual meanings when you watch the musical.
We have to watch the television.
And now, folks, just like I promised you, here he is back again, Eddie Cochran, one of America's top rock and rollers.
Let's bring back this kind of dancing. I'm into it. Just touch my hips over and over again. It's not good representation, but this has better black representation than most Marvel films.
I got just the song I want Jerry to sing.
At certain angles, he looks like Jerry
Okay,
Orbach,
Pat.
doesn't he?
Cause I ain't no Hammerstein or Ivy Berlin or that.
Waving
This here was
Berlin.
the
That's
first one I wrote.
that's a delicious pronunciation.
No lights on the Christmas tree, Mother. They're using the electric chair tonight. Funny.
It's Johnny Cash.
Here's another one.
I'll get no good behavior, baby, if I keep thinking of you. That's sweet.
It works for Cash. The cinematographer for this, Leon Shamroy, he shot South Pacific, King and I, The Cardinal. Oh, I'm gonna watch The Cardinal on this channel if I get the chance. But apparently he has one of the highest, he's tied for the highest amount of nominations
Mr.
for
Anthony, this is the
cinematography.
Rock, 2 rocks, 3 rocks, 4. That siren's got me crying. 2 rocks, 4.
I would never know how to accessorize a look like this.
Never let me out again when I hear the siren blow.
I never knew singing could make you so hungry. I wish it was her day off. I'd have made much better sandwiches.
You gotta bury your jobbers like this.
It's a large
I could say
family.
this for her. She's
7
a better
brothers.
dancer than you.
I see how you got all your
God.
cooking experience.
This is why Jayne Mansfield's a camp icon. Okay, I gotta check to see if this director's gay. That just seems like a weird joke for somebody who's straight. Frank Tashlin. Okay, he's not gay. He just worked in animation. Just so somebody who knows her regimen, her workout diet regimen. Just let me know.
Marcy, remember the old days when we used to use this here place for printing up money, huh? Money meant something in the old days before taxes.
That's a line. I'm surprised. That's a line. Says something about his character. It comes as a surprise.
You bug her telephone and listen in if he calls.
We've got a parasite. We've got a Das Leben der anderen.
I thought you'd be back by now in time for Thanksgiving.
It's very, very
I didn't see Wheeler yet.
Strange.
He's the
me.
guy who controls most of the jukebox.
I don't wish to speak ill of the tragically deceased.
Oh, I miss you, Mr. Miller.
And it does seem like
over a
it's
week.
intentional. But it is strange to me,
too, Georgie.
the face shapes Jayne Mansfield makes.
How is Fats?
Less than emotive.
Same. Wish you were here.
How I wish.
Good night, Mr. Miller.
It really is the lives of others. What an interesting combination of details in this movie.
All right,
How about the time I bugged the governor's mother-in-law?
All right, stop bragging. I don't get it.
So Fats Murdoch is into Toulouse-Lautrec.
They gotta be soft-talking each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just giving a booyah, you dumb dummy!
Don't dummy me.
Oh, you
These Hollywood types from this era, they love the shouting scene. They go absolutely mad for shouting. All the way on the other side of the spectrum from this generation's when I talk like this during the course of a scene kind of acting.
put my father's matchet on backwards, Mr. Murdoch.
Don't bother
Daddy.
me, will you? I'm thinking.
Well, just
Daddy.
don't stretch it out of shape. My father's not as fat as you.
Clam up, will you? I'm thinking.
Don't you yell at me anymore, Mr.
Daddy. They've all got like weird art pieces in their plays.
So legs
I couldn't see if that was a still life or like a cubist piece. Weird stairs. Weird stairs. I think I want to ask about that. Interesting architectural trends, I guess, or home interior design. It's like not the most important thing in the movie, but the all the set decoration of this movie, especially with the paintings and pictures, it's very much in the background, but very expressive.
I take from Wheeler.
Look at how all these sets are kind of designed around paintings.
Five cab to the hi hat, late place, jungle room, tree and on, sunrise, club, cab back, left at the front door, 240.
Okay, girl with the pearl earrings. I guess we're doing some Premiere today. It's no Catherine Deneuve in Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
You did it. You made a star like you said you would.
It's also a Christmas movie. I watched 2 movies with Christmas scenes in them today.
Well, that's what you wanted, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what I
I'm watching this on on Christmas Eve. Good for me. Good for me. It's beautiful. Really. I'm having Sing Street flashbacks. All the musical cameos in this are great, by the way. All of these are actual acts, apparently, from the times. This is Fats Domino. These are really great cultural snapshots, like anthropological snapshots. Like, I would have never entered into my mind that girls going crazy in the dance halls, dancing to rock and roll for hours on end, would like take off their heels. What a great detail. Like, this is a great cultural artifact. I hope this is like in the Library of Congress or something, because this is such a potent snapshot of a generation and a sea change and a generation change.
Just came to say goodbye.
What happened to his drinking problem? I get that they changed each other and like they're good for each other and stuff, but his drinking problem wasn't really a big contributor to the plot.
All the best, Georgie.
Can't stand to hear me sing again, huh?
The movie doesn't have like crazy chemistry to it or anything, but I do like the sense of camaraderie that they've cultivated.
And now here she is, the
Folsom
girl who
Blues.
turned our record into pure gold, Miss Jerry Jordan.
If you don't mind, I'd like to make a change in the program tonight.
I see we're getting the Singing in the Rain ending.
Some of you girls out there may know how it feels to lose somebody you're crazy about.
Every time you kiss me,
I knew it.
I
God
get
damn it.
warm
I knew she was faking.
Every time you
I knew she wouldn't take the hit. I knew they would not try and create a vehicle for Jayne Mansfield in which she was actually a terrible singer.
in me.
It's literally the Singing in the Rain ending. Who the fuck is singing for Jayne Mansfield right now? It's the literal ending of Singing in the Rain. Aileen Wilson.
It shouldn't end this way.
The movie is taking a turn for the climax that I wasn't expecting. We're doing the Bullets Over Broadway.
And now, so that you won't be disappointed, here is Marty Fats Murdoch singing his own composition, Rock Around the Rock Pile.
One rock, two rocks, rock pile dust is on my shoes. I'm a guy just born to lose. When I hear sirens
Just go see your friends' musicals.
blow, ooh, I get those blues.
Hey, they're getting into it. It's the Johnny Cash effect.
Okay, Legs, the silence is on. Wait till he stops bouncing around.
Rock and roll, not in our precinct. That kid's probably a Republican now.
Don't shoot.
We gotta sign him.
That's talent up there, you jerk.
I always could sing. I thought if I was real awful, I'd get out of... Oh,
That's charisma, baby. That is the Jack Black effect.
One rock, two rocks, three rocks, four rocks.
Of all the acts that have been featured in this movie, this is the one to end it?
Well, that's the story, ladies and gentlemen.
a story about music and love and marriage.
And babysitters. So long, everybody.
Don't listen to him, folks. I'll see you outside in the lobby when you leave.
The girl can't help it when she hears the siren blow. The girl
It's a nice sleight of hand. Nice sleight of hand. Yeah, nice sleight of hand. Hey, that was a nice one from 20th Century Fox. Take that, MGM. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of technical things to say about the movie. I was basically kind of enjoying it for a lot of the different elements that were coming together, especially the music. The music to this is tremendous. This is like a great snapshot of a time of transition and the rise of a new generation in America. I think it's a really kind of appealing movie for kids of any generation to get into, for like tweens or teenagers to get into. Do people still use the term tweens? Is really energetic in a way that a lot of musicals aren't. I love musicals. I think it's a really fine medium or style, but there's so much obsession with being meticulous, with being planned out and having everything go exactly as planned, that it can come off as a bit stiff or a bit too manicured or too polite. And so this was a surprisingly like refreshing and youthful and energetic take on the musical. Yeah, apparently like John Lennon really loved this musical and like watched it when he was like 16 years old, and maybe we shouldn't call it a musical, but this movie, and fell in love with American rock and roll and became friends with Paul McCartney over his performance of one of the songs in this movie. So that's great. I definitely think this movie deserves a rewatch. I don't know if it's on TCM all the time or not, but I don't know. I think they should work on a restoration and kind of introduce it to a new generation of moviegoers, because its star has definitely fallen in comparison to a lot of other movie musicals, and movie musicals stars fallen as well. But this is a really, really, really energetic look into a time when, like, the baby boomers that we hate so much, or that we bristle up against so much, a time when they were young and full of excitement. Cool movie. Yeah. That was The Girl Can't Help It. Check it out. Recommend it for the Library of Congress. Let's get this thing a restoration, definitely. It's a good movie. And if you haven't already, click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. Yeah. Who else is doing The Girl Can't Help It? Nobody. Nobody. Hey, nobody. And until next time, keep watching good movies.
I think this is cartoonish in the best possible way. Jayne Mansfield is an animated character. She's not a real person. She's from outer space, basically. I mean, look at her.